I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to join us and watching our 2024 football preseason educational video as part of a series of videos as we prepare for our fall football season for the 2024. And today we're going to take a look at kickoff play. And specifically, we're going to focus on two things. One of those, kickoff mechanics and the stop the clock signal. And the second one will be dead ball officiating, as these are two important things for officials to show good mechanics and good dead ball fishing to be successful on the field. So let's get into our first play. So the first time here, we're going to take a look at the play, and we're going to look at the play at live speed. And I want you to really focus on our officiating crew and their mechanics, and then take a look at their dead ball officiating. So we'll play this play all the way through live speed, and then I'll kind of reverse it here a little bit and play it a little bit slower so that you can get a really good look. And what you want to focus on is, what things did the officiating crew do that were correct? And then what were some things that we can do to do a better job or improve upon so that our mechanics and our officiating is improved upon so that the next time we have a kickoff, we look better. And so that's what we're going to take a look at now. We're going to take a look at this play again twice, and we're going to break those things down. So we're going to look at the same kickoff again, and we're going to talk about the mechanics of stopping the clock and how important it is. So we have a kickoff here, and on this kickoff, we're going to look at approximately when the ball becomes dead, and then what we need to do is an officiating crew. And when I say crew, the entire crew. In this case, it's a 5-person crew. So we have 3 circles here. We can see 2 of the officials. One will come into view here in a second. And we need to be giving the stop the clock signal. Now, we can't see the line judge and we can't see the back judge what they're doing. But when we have a situation like this, we need to all mirror the stop clock, two signals over our head, so that the clock operator is given the signal or the indicator to stop the clock, because we want the clock operator to work off of us, not clock operator do their own thing. And think of it as this: if we don't do this, then the clock operator doesn't pay attention to us as well. And then they do their own thing. And we all know that can lead to problems. Because remember, in the pregame, we talk to the clock operator and we say, hey, key off of us. We'll give the signal, you stop the clock. You do what we tell you by the signals. And if we don't do it, then they become, not paying attention to us and they do their own thing. Think of it this way in a little bit. So when you meet somebody, I've always been told to give them a firm handshake and look them in the eye. Well, if this is our opening kickoff, let's say this was our opening kickoff, or any kickoff for that matter, but the opening kickoff, we're not giving that firm handshake and looking them in the eye to say we're in charge, we're in control. And so we want to be in control of the clock, even though the clock operator's up there, and they may be a great clock operator. They're the ones, turning the clock, starting and stopping the clock. But we want to be the ones that are giving the signals to say, hey, stop the clock. This kickoff is over. Because if we lose that communication or we lose that control, that can lead to problems later in the game. And so on a play like this, on a kickoff, there's nothing wrong with all the officials giving the stop the clock signal so that the clock operator knows, hey, I need to stop the clock. And it keeps them engaged in watching us. Because if later in the game they don't, and we haven't done our signals, and we're kind of getting upset with them, is it their fault or is it our fault for not following through with what we told the clock operator we were going to do during the game and to follow us as on the field? Second part here, we're going to look on this play is we're going to talk about the importance of dead ball officiating. Again, these are two important things. Mechanics make us look good. Dead ball officiating is what we do the majority of the game. If we take a game and we break it down, we probably officiate almost 90% of a game during the dead ball time frames, meaning the time when the ball, is not in play live from snap to end of play. So here we have a situation where we have that same kickoff. And as this ball becomes dead, as the player is, brought down, tackled, forward progress, stop, we are now going to look at how our dead ball mechanics affect this. And so as we look across the field, we see I have a circle, old circle. And we have probably all the players involved in the kickoff, 22 players here in the vicinity of that circle or inside that circle. So they're on the far side mainly outside the numbers and somewhere between the 25 and 35-yard line. As we come back to the near sideline, look here at our right side, we see the umpire coming on the field. Great. He's hustling across the field. But if we look at the bill of his hat, and that's an indicator, we can see it looks like he is looking towards his left to open space, not looking across the field. And remember, we have 22 players over there. Play just came to an end. And that umpire needs to have his eyes over there in case something happens so the umpire can see it. There's nothing going on to his left that I'm aware of that we can see. But look at the players. Come across the field, getting in position while looking at the players instead of looking to your left. The line judge coming down here on the left part of the screen is coming down the sideline. Great. Hustling down, getting into position. But again, if you look at the bill of his hat, it looks like he's looking downward towards the field along the sideline. And as he's coming down the sideline, that's fine. And I know he's got to navigate players coming on and off the field. But look over to where the majority of the players are and keep some focus over there, some vision over that way in case anything happens in the dead ball time period so that we can have a visual of it and be able to see it and if need be, address it. Maybe we have a foul that happens in the dead ball time frame. But if we take our eyes off of that, in this case, right now, from what we can see, we have 2 less officials looking at this. It only takes a second or two to allow these players to separate from that area over there and start to work their way to their sideline. Then we can not have to have as intense visual eyesight on the play over there. So wait till that happens before we take our eyes off the play, and we will improve our dead ball officiating. In our video today, I've talked about 2 really important things. One is mechanics. As mechanics, show you're in control of the game and show a good professional look. And number 2 is our dead ball officiating, which is really important because, like I said, about 90% of the game that we officiate is during the dead ball time period. And so we want to be really good dead ball officials. And I've always been told to be a good official, if you want to improve, be good at dead ball officiating. So let's work on those 2 things, and that will improve our officiating. Thank you for viewing this video today. Have a great day.